why are they doing this? Why in the world are they censoring your show? Your show is probably the most profound show that I've ever seen. I watched it. I got great information. And that's how I was able to understand what Donald Trump was doing, because the news they were lying about him. The polls, they were lying about his speeches. And this was one of the only shows that gave accurate truth. And not only accurate truth, but it projected into the future of realistic stuff that people could actually tangibly look forward to. And why do they want to censor this stuff? That is the proverbial question. Why? What are they trying to get at? And I think they're trying to get at control, like the Nazis were doing, like the Democrats were doing back in the day. They were using, the KKK, and they were trying to control America and make it the America that they wanted to be.
And Brandon Tatum is a great patriot, a police officer, SWAT officer, you name it, now working with the Turning Point USA folks and Candace Owens and others, doing a great job. Facebook.com/TatumBug34, YouTube.com/BTCruiser34. He's reached hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. Every one of his videos is getting 5, 10, 15, 20 million views until they shadow banned him. Now they only get 500,000, 1 million. And that's, again, you out there hand sharing them. But he's doing a great job going and speaking at universities about Americanism, capitalism, exceptionalism, and doing a great job. And I wanted to get him on, and I appreciate him coming on, because what they do is, first they target Sean Hannity and try to get him fired and lie about him. Then they lie about me with Sandy Hook and other stuff and take it out of context and say Alex Jones is bullying kids and doing things I haven't done. And then everybody else gets bullied into going along with it. And that's why, folks have been leaving Fox News who were patriots, is that even Fox News has put major pressure on people behind the scenes to abandon Rush Limbaugh, even to abandon Sean Hannity, to abandon Tucker Carlson. And those people get told. They get told, you better watch what you say and do. And my point in getting into that is that, and Guilfoyle leaving, and I know the inside baseball on that, is that they're making a move on everybody right now. And everybody's saying, oh, well, if we just take Alex Jones down, let's take him off for hate speech on YouTube or Facebook or Spotify. They never say what I was taken down for. They say, he beat up a child, Forbes said. They don't show where it was, how it happened, like any other report would always say, at the corner of this and that, Mr. Jones reportedly did this. They just say, hey, he had some hate video where he chokes a kid and throws him to the ground. No, it was a kid in another state beating people up, hitting adults, and the adult pushes him down. And it's not me. And it was from ABC News, but it doesn't matter. They've taken down, they've blocked live streaming for us, and they say, one more thing, you're banned forever. So that's digital book burning. And now you see Congress people being shadow banned. The president already is shadow banned on Twitter. He's got hundreds of millions of followers. They only let him get like 100,000 people that see it. You have to go to the president's site. So Brandon Tatum's going to ride shotgun with us for the hour to go over all of this. I'm going to play some clips from the Morning Joe and other places where they are, again, saying that I'm suing the Sandy Hook parents. No, they're suing me. And when you sue somebody in Texas, it triggers the law that if you lose when you file the suit, you've got to pay attorney's fees unless the party being sued waives them. I waived them to take the high road, and they said that I sued them. That's next level deception. And then get to watch Mr. Hemmer. It's told that on the show by the Democrat. He believes it. We have to stop believing these people. You have to demand to see the video or the article. Brandon Tatum, thank you so much for joining us. I plugged Twitter and YouTube, but you're censored more and more. Where's the best place for people to go find you where you can't be censored?
Well, you can, let me see. I guess I'm censored everywhere right now. I'm developing my website to try to get a more efficient website. But I guess, my Facebook is going to be a go-to thing right now, or YouTube, where you can see all of my videos. And on those two websites, we're trying to develop an avenue where people can go and click through and find specific places to follow and all the information that they need. So we're in a development period, but once we get it all done, that BrandonOTatum.com will be the go-to website.
And again, as Drudge said here 2 years ago in studio, it's time for all of us to move out of these electronic ghettos of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and have our own thing. It's hard. It's expensive. Everybody can't do it. But letting them get control of 90% of the web, which they have, really has given them almost checkmate power. And I think Congress needs to start moving against this. What do you think?
No, I agree 100%. I mean, they're censoring our speech. I mean, the people who need quality information from shows like this, from things that we put out on our social media, they're not getting access to this stuff. And it's shameful and it's hurtful to the American people, because on one end, you have fake news, CNN, and these other places that will literally lie to our faces. We cannot trust them. And then when we put out quality stuff with information that is backed empirically, all of these different sources and stuff like that, especially your show, people aren't having access. People tell me all day long, well, Brandon, I don't get notifications anymore. I can't see any of your material. They're banning you. I had a person send me a screenshot of, I can't remember, was it a live stream or not, but it was removed from their page because it was considered spam. And all I was doing on the video was talking about being a victor, not being a victim, and being inspired and believing in yourself. So, I mean, these people are censoring us, and I think that we have to go beyond the social media websites, and that's why I'm trying to develop a more, I guess, active page, active, I guess, website that people can go on and have access to everything that they can see on all my social media, but yet and still have access to my email and other personal things that they can communicate with me, just in case they shut it all down.
Well, here's an example. I did a video this morning and said, go to the record. We waived attorney's fees. No one ever does that. The media was all there at the Sandy Hook lawsuit yesterday in Austin. And people sent me screenshots where they put out a notice saying that I'm fake news and that I am suing the Sandy Hook parents. I mean, they put that on my video. And that's somebody retweeting what happened. They did the same thing on Paul Watson. Scroll down and show TV viewers that. He put a UN document about wanting 600 million migrants in the U.S., officially from the UN. And when you go to PolitiFact, they don't deny it. They just say, well, it's false and misleading because he uses the term revealed. Well, no one knew about this till Paul found it. I mean, Macron said the same thing. So this is just crazy how these so-called fact checkers, they're the frauds.
Right, and it's just like the Nazis would do. They take it and burn books, rewrite history, and they're literally doing this. And this is not, they're not using actual fires. They're not burning actual books, but what they're doing is being deceptive on one of the biggest platforms that have the most influence. They're censoring our stuff, and they're burning essentially the books of information that we have, and then they're repackaging them as truth, and they're lying to the American people. And I think people have to sit down and ask themselves, why are they doing this? Why in the world are they censoring your show? Your show is probably the most profound show that I've ever seen. I watched it. I got great information. And that's how I was able to understand what Donald Trump was doing, because the news they were lying about him. The polls, they were lying about his speeches. And this was one of the only shows that gave accurate truth. And not only accurate truth, but it projected into the future of realistic stuff that people could actually tangibly look forward to. And why do they want to censor this stuff? That is the proverbial question. Why? What are they trying to get at? And I think they're trying to get at control, like the Nazis were doing, like the Democrats were doing back in the day. They were using, the KKK, and they were trying to control America and make it the America that they want it to be. And we're not
exactly. Take Jim Acosta. There's a clip of this. We'll probably play it later. He's being booed. Everybody's seen that. But then he goes, I'm fact-checking you. We're not fake news. Like, he goes, I'm God. I don't care if you all think we're fake and are booing me, which is your right. You're all violent, and you're going to cause Trump to get somebody hurt when it's the Democrats calling for violence. So just them saying CNN sucks and booing them, their free speech is now bad. And then he goes, I am fact-checking you. You are fake news. It's just like Cuomo on there saying, you're not allowed to read WikiLeaks. Only I'm allowed. So he magic wands and says that, a crowd telling us they don't like us, you're fake. You don't exist. What you say doesn't matter. This is crazy.
I love what Sarah Sanders said at the press briefing. She said, we not only accept the freedom of press, but the freedom of speech. And these people genuinely believe that it's fake news. And I don't think that it's just an opinion. I think it's facts. CNN has been caught several times doctoring documents, lying about people, using fake sources.
Hell, giving Hillary all the debate questions beforehand, then lying about it.
Yeah. And then they act like it don't exist. They act like we're too stupid to look at any of these things that have been public record. They lied. There's people on TV admitting to giving Hillary Clinton questions. What can they say? They are fake news. They are liars. They are deceiving.
Well, I mean, it's like Acosta and all them saying Trump took out the Martin Luther King bust. when they was right there. Or saying, what was the other one? They said that he didn't visit Congressman Scalise. All of it. I mean, they just lie. And now they say, I've got to be taken off air, and they can just set the precedent to take me off. We'll all be saved. Brandon Tatum is our guest. He's doing a great job exposing all this. We'll talk more about some of the big issues facing America and the world straight ahead. Infowars.com, newswars.com. Please spread those links. It makes Soros really mad.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
He goes to jail. He goes to jail. Lock him up.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
You know, President Trump talks about how we need to be trailblazers, how we need to be outsiders, how we need to expose the current stagnant system that's been suppressing us, wanting to make us poor so it can consolidate control and buy us up for pennies on the dollar. That really is the globalist system. And he's absolutely right. So it is an honor to be persecuted by the globalist and to be lied about and to be demonized. But it's an honor to draw them out so we can show who they are, so that you take action and you take the country back politically, culturally, spiritually, financially. Another hero is Julian Assange, who's been in solitary confinement in a closet-sized room. They converted a closet with a bed and enough room for a laptop. They took that away over a year ago. No communication with the outside. It's all been one hell of a time for him, and he was very bipartisan in that he exposed Republicans, he exposed Democrats. He very judiciously released information that exposed criminal activity of the NSA, criminal activity of the CIA, illegal spying on Congress, illegal spying on Trump, illegal spying on me. But they had my home number, my old cell, my new cell, and my office line. And they had Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago private apartment number that I had. Total proof of Obama spying on Trump and yours truly a decade ago. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the real deal. And America's had freedom so long, people don't recognize real tyranny when it hits them right between the eyes. But everyone needs to go to Infowars.com. The article is right up there at the top of the page, red link. Petition to Trump, pardon Julian Assange. And we go over the fact that he engaged in regular journalistic activity and did a wonderful job being advised by top journalism professors around the world, and that he was very, very fair about what he did, and that you need to send the message that he's a hero. Now, I know they claim he's a Russian agent with no evidence and all the rest of that garbage, even though they've released stuff on Russia and Israel as well, and China. But it doesn't matter. It's the right thing to do. And you wouldn't have gotten elected without Drudge. You wouldn't have gotten elected without what you've done, obviously. You can't say it's any one person, but without any of us together, it wouldn't have happened. So we need the president to pardon Julian Assange. And you said in a speech, I don't care who got her illegal server. It's illegal. It's about what she did that's wrong. Don't change the subject. Go back to that instinct, sir. But you told Assange, release it. You said release more stuff. And he's in the crosshairs. And he needs to be pardoned if he's brought back to the United States. Look at that. Everybody else is just like yellow or clear. That's because it's been denatured, it's been watered down. We didn't do that. You think I would metaphysically sell you something that is the very best I can get? I'd rather go to hell than do that. I will only give you the maximum best info, the maximum truth, the maximum product, because I want that goodwill. What I do to you, I do to myself. Don't you get the big secret? You ever seen fish oil look like that? No, you never seen that, have you? And this little jewel right here is solid, liquid consciousness. Look it up. Find out how even the FDA and the government admits fish oil is incredible. The number one thing anybody can do for themselves is take good fish oil or krill oil. Just like our information is dynamite, so are our products, InfoWarsStore.com.